Chapter 48. The Second Census. Numbers 26, 1-65. And it came to pass, after the plague, that the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, saying, Take the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, from 20 years old and upward, throughout their father's house, and all that are able to go to war in Israel. And Moses and Eleazar the priest spake with them in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Take the sum of the people from 20 years old and upward, as the Lord commanded Moses and the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt. Reuben the eldest son of Israel, the children of Reuben, Hanoch, of whom cometh the family of the Hanochites, of Palu, the family of the Paluites, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Carmi, the family of the Carmites. These are the family of the Reubenites, and they that were numbered of them were 43,730. And the sons of Palu, Eliab, and the sons of Eliab, Nemuel, and Dathan, and Abiram. This is that Dathan and Abiram which were famous in the congregation, who strove against Moses and against Aaron in the company of Korah, when they strove against the Lord. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, together with Korah, when that company died, what time the fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign. Notwithstanding, the children of Korah died not. The sons of Simeon, after their families, of Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites, of Jamin, the family of the Jaminites, of Jachin, the family of the Jachinites, of Zerah, the family of the Zarites, of Shaul, the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of the Simeonites, 22,200. The children of Gad, after their families, of Zephon, the family of the Zephonites, of Haggai, the family of the Haggites, of Shuni, the family of the Shunites, of Ozni, the family of the Oznites, of Eri, the family of the Erites, of Arod, the family of the Arodites, of Areli, the family of the Arelites. These are the families of the children of Gad, according to those that were numbered of them, 40,500. The sons of Judah were and Onan, and and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Judah after their families were, of Shelah, the family of the Shelonites, of Pharez, the family of the Pharzites, of Zerah, the family of the Zorites. And the sons of Pharez were, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Hamul, the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Judah, according to those that were numbered of them, 16,500. Of the sons of Issachar after their families, of Tola, the family of the Tolaites, of Puah, the family of the Punites, of Jashub, the family of the Jashubites, of Shimron, the family of the Shimronites. These are the families of Issachar according to those that were numbered of them, 64,300. Of the sons of Zebulun after their families, of Zered, the family of the Zardites, of Elon, the family of the Elonites, of Jalil, the family of the Jalilites. These are the families of the Zebulunites according to those that were numbered of them, 3,500. The sons of Joseph after their families were Manasseh and Ephraim. Of the sons of Manasseh, of Machir, the family of the Machirites, and Machir begat Gilead. Of Gilead come the family of the Gileadites. These are the sons of Gilead, of Jezer, the family of the Jezerites, of Helek, the family of the Helekites, And of Asriel, the family of the Asrielites, and of Shechem, the family of the Shechemites, and of Shemida, the family of the Shemidites, and of Hepher, the family of the Hepherites. And Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, had no sons, but daughters. And the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mahlah, and Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the families of Manasseh, and those that were numbered of them, 52,700. These are the families of Ephraim after their families, of Shuthelah, the family of the Shuthelahites, of Becher, the family of the Bachrites, of Tahan, the family of the Tahanites. And these are the sons of Shuhelah, of Eran, the family of the Eranites. These are the families of the sons of Ephraim according to those that were numbered of them, 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph after their families. The sons of Benjamin after their families, of Bela, the family of the Belaites, of Ashbel, the family of the Ashbelites, of Ahiram, the family of the Ahiramites, of Shupham, the family of the Shuphamites, of Hupham, the family of the Huphamites. And the sons of Bela were Ard and Naaman, of Ard, the family of the Ardites, and of Naaman, the family of the Naamites. These are the sons of Benjamin after their families, and they that were numbered of them were 45,600. These are the sons of Dan after their families, of Shuham, the family of the Shuhamites. These are the families of Dan after their families. All the families of the Shuhamites, according to those that were numbered of them, were 64,400. Of the children of Asher after their families, of Jimnah, the family of the Jimnites, of Jesui, the family of the Jesuites, of Beriah, the family of the Beerites. Of the sons of Beriah, of Heber, the family of the Heberites, of Malchiel, the family of the Malchielites. And the name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. These are the families of the sons of Asher according to those that were numbered of them, who were 53,400. Of the sons of Naphtali after their families, of Jaziel, the family of the Jazelites, of Guni, the family of the Gunites, of Jezer, the family of the Jezerites, of Shillem, the family of the Shillemites. These are the families of Naphtali according to their families, and they that were numbered of them were 45,400. These were the numbered of the children of Israel, 600,1,730. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Unto these the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to the number of names. To many thou shalt give the more inheritance, and to few thou shalt give the less inheritance. To every one shall his inheritance be given according to those that were numbered of him. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lot, according to the names of the tribes of their fathers they shall inherit. According to the lot shall the possession thereof be divided between many and few. And these are they that were numbered of the Levites after their families. Of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites. Of Kohath, the family of the Kohathites. Of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of the Levites, the family of the Libnites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Malites, the family of the Mushites, the family of the Korathites, and Korath begat Amram. And the name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, whom her mother bare to Levi in Egypt. And she bare unto Amram, Aaron, and Moses, and Miriam their sister. And unto Aaron was born Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord. And those that were numbered of them were 23,000, all males from a month old and upward, for they were not numbered among the children of Israel, because there was no inheritance given them among the children of Israel. These are they that were numbered by Moses and Eleazar the priest, who numbered the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. But among these there was not a man of them whom Moses and Aaron the priest numbered when they numbered the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord had said of them, They shall surely die in the wilderness. And there was not a man left of them, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. Numbers 26, 1-65. We have now a census of fighting men as Israel prepares for the invasion of Canaan. We are told in verses 63-65 that none of these men, other than Moses, Caleb, and Joshua, were in the first census made by Moses and Aaron. This one was conducted under the authority of Moses and Eleazar. The figures are as follows. Reuben, first census, 46,500. Second census, 43,730. Simeon, first census, 59,300. Second census, 22,300. Gad, 45,650. Second census, 40,500. Judah, 74,600. Second census, 76,500. Issachar, 54,400. Second census, 64,300. Zebulun, first census, 57,400. Second census, 60,500. Manasseh, first census, 32,200. Second census, 52,700. Ephraim, 40,500. Second census, 32,500. Benjamin, 35,400. Second census, 55,600. Dan, 62,700. Second census, 64,400. Asher, 41,500. Second census, 53,400. Naphtali, 53,400. Second census, 45,400. Total. First census, 603,550. Second census, 601,830. The judgments of God had taken their toll, so that the number of fighting men had decreased by almost 2,000 in a generation. The tribes who lost were Reuben, Simeon, Gad, Ephraim, and Naphtali, 5 clans in all. The gainers were Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Manasseh, Benjamin, Dan, and Asher, 7 clans in all. The major loss was sustained by Simeon, which had been most involved in the fertility cult apostasy. Numbers 25. It was now the smallest clan. Judah retained its priority, although its gain was small. The major growth was in Manasseh, which increased over 60%. In verses 52 to 56, we are given the rules for the division of the land once it was conquered. First of all, the larger tribe or clan, the more territory it would receive. The census thus both served a military purpose and provided a basis for the division of the land. Second, the general area each clan would receive would be determined by drawing lots. The boundaries would be determined by these two factors. In verse 33 we read that Zelophehad, of the clan of Manasseh, had no sons, but he did have 5 daughters. In chapters 27 and 36 their inheritance is cited. Normally, the oldest godly son, who was also responsible and capable, received a double portion in an inheritance. Since, however, the premise of biblical inheritance laws is the capitalization of God's kingdom, the godly child takes priority, whether male or female. Caleb clearly made his daughter Akash his heir. Judges 1, 12 to 15. In verses 58 to 62 we have the census of the Levites. In this instance, instead of an enumeration of fighting men of 20 years and over, all males from a month upward are numbered, 23,000 in all. They received no allotment of land, but they were settled instead in the cities and scattered among the 12 tribes or clans. They were to provide the religious, moral, and educational leadership in Israel. There was a third factor in the division of the land. Each area was to be named after one of the 12 sons of Jacob, that is, after the original head of the clan. There was thus a territorial integrity between the tribes and a clan loyalty established. Verse 55. The census not only looks ahead to the occupation, but it is also a reminder of the past. Thus, verse 61 tells us, "And Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord." Levi had the privilege of receiving the tithes and offerings of Israel, of which 1/10 went to the priest. Numbers 18, 25 to 32. To remind them of the necessity for faithfulness and obedience, they are here faced again with the judgment of God on those who offend him and are presumptuous. The reminder in verse 65 that, apart from Caleb and Joshua, Moses would die before the invasion of Canaan. None of the adults who left Egypt were still alive, tells us that God keeps his word. His judgment felled a generation and prevented their entrance into Canaan. This did not ensure the character of the younger generation, but it did mean that God keeps his promises, whether they be to bless or to curse. We see the past receding, the future advancing, and God the sole abiding link between them. History collapses into existentialism when and where God and faith in him are forgotten. The binding between past, present, and future is God the Lord and his providential purpose. Without that faith, not only is a sense of history lost, but also a sense of causality. The author of a recently published book held that it was wrong to blame prostitutes for the spread of AIDS. An academic journal has blamed Christians, not homosexuals, for the AIDS epidemic. This is, to put it mildly, a loss of any sense of history and causality. Not surprisingly, instruction in causality is not a part of modern education. Our modern humanists believe that the world and history are what man makes them to be, not what God ordains. One arrogant professor, Richard Hearn, has titled a recent book, The Invention of the Real. Its absurdities are in line with the modern loss of reality. The emphasis on the allocation of the land by tribes or clans is important, both in the form of their encampments in the wilderness and soon in the allocation of land. Clan integrity is obviously stressed. To what extent tribal loyalties had been broken or damaged in Egypt, we do not know, except that the clan survived more or less intact. Community is important to God, and community on the human level must accompany community with God. The census and the proposed allocation of the land alike stress the community of the family and the clan. Joseph Parker made a telling comment on this census. God is always numbering. He may number to find out who are present, but in numbering to find out who are present, he soon comes to know who are absent. He knows the total number, but it is not enough for him to know the totality. He must know whether David's place is empty, whether the younger son has gone from the father's house, whether 1 piece of silver out of 10 has been lost, whether 1 sheep out of 100 has gone astray. We are all of consequence to the Father because he does not look upon us through the glory of his majesty, but through the solicitude of his fatherhood and his love. Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones. It were better for a man that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea, than he should offend, wound the heart of one of these little ones. So, everywhere we find God concerning himself with individuals, with single families, with solitary lives, stooping in marvellous condescension, sweeping the house diligently until he finds the 1 piece that was lost. We need this kind of thought in human life. Living would be weary work without it. Our Lord declares, "The very hairs of your head are all numbered." Matthew 10:30. This is not hyperbole. It is intended to be taken very literally. What Scripture tells us in numerous ways, among them this census, is of God's particularity as well as his universality. False religions are very prone to stress universality with glittering generalities, all of which are without substance because the particular is ignored. Many pretentious thinkers despise the Bible and find it uncomfortable reading because of God's precise and total particularity. It is precisely this particularity that is the glory of our faith. Thus, we read in Matthew 10:42, "And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward." We are likewise assured that God's judgments are particular and total. The 12 tribes or clans had been encamped around the Levites and the sanctuary in the centre. These were 3 tribes to a side. All the tribes under the leadership of Judah increased, whereas all those under Reuben's leadership had decreased. The Judah clan was coming to the fore in its predestined leadership, and Reuben was fading. This census was the beginning of the preparation of the second generation for the conquest and occupation of Canaan. They would soon be tested, and in Deuteronomy we have a summation with some expansions of God's law to ready them for dominion. The military census reminded all the adult males of the coming war. No culture can survive which does not defend itself, and no culture lasts long if it is not missionary-minded, if it does not believe that its culture is worth extending to other peoples. Neither can a culture survive if it does not recognize that some practices cannot coexist with a living culture. The radical tolerance of our time for every form of evil, that is, for pornography, abortion, homosexuality, euthanasia, and more, is not a mark of nobility, but of decadence. Both history and societies exact death penalties. The question is, where will societies apply the death penalty? Against religion and morality, or against evils? Death marks history, because history is the record of fallen man's struggle against God and his search for total independence from God. Except for death, the result of sin, man would go on forever defying God and attempting to create his Towers of Babel, his humanistic world orders in opposition to God. For the godly, the time and death factor is an incentive to do what we must do without delay. Even our Lord declared, "I must work the works of him that sent me, while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work." John 9:4. The census, thus, was a preparation for action. It alerted the men of military age to the necessity of battle.